Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Brain Waves, back at it again. I want to talk to you all about an important subject. This one is a little different from what I generally talk about, but today we're going to talk about public school teachers, all right? This won't be a long conversation, but if you haven't read the title, if you're unable to read the title, it states, not all public school teachers are bad, okay? And this is going to be consuming and consisting of the dangers of generalization. You know, generally people will say, hey, this man is not good. This is what a lot of ladies say, right? This man is not good. And so they generalize and say all men aren't good. Fellas do the same thing. Hey, this woman sucks. Then they say all women suck, etc., etc. Again, the dangers of generalization. We cannot say this about all public school teachers. So I'm going to show you all what inspired this particular show. All right. I'd like to welcome you all here. If you're new, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Please hit that notification button, get the likes up, and feel free to share. All right. So with this particular show, there was a gentleman that actually created a YouTube video, okay? And I'm going to show you who that is. And I'm going to actually play the video, all right? So for those of you that don't know, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. Now, I'm not specifically going to go in, say, on this particular individual. I do understand the purpose of the video, but I do want to put out a term of caution, okay, and a term of correction, because again, this video will make people think that all teachers are bad, all right? And we're talking about public school teachers, but I'm going to go into other like private sector and a couple other things as far as homeschooling. So what I want to do first is let me put the individual who did the post. I want to put their YouTube channel here on the screen. Okay. So we're going to take a look here. All right. It's a gentleman by the name of Mark the Messenger. Okay. And again, there is no like particular issue with Mark the Messenger. Generally, what he puts out is great, but there comes a time when correction needs to be made, and so that's where it is. So he did a video here. It's a YouTube Shorts. It says she's on Demon Time, and this is the video where he made a generalization. And I like to correct this brother and let him know that you can't do that. Because you're going to have people that will come and see this video and just think every single public school teacher is bad. All right. Now, I don't know if any of you know any public school teachers, but I've said this before and I'm going to say this again. My wife is a public school teacher. My father is a retired educator. I know many educators. I do a lot of assistance in the school systems, okay, on a daily basis. So, yes, you do have some bad teachers, but not every single public teacher is bad, okay? And then to make matters worse, you do have a lot of the good teachers quitting for that very reason because of stereotypes such as these and a lot of politics and lack of resources and a lot of other things. So anyway, this is the gentleman. So what I'm going to essentially do is I want you all to actually see the video, okay? So this is the gentleman. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video. And the video is a trip. And you're going to see why I said what I said in just a quick second, okay? Give me 1 second here. Make sure I get this pulled up for you all. But again, this is where I hear a lot of people make generalizations. And I just have to stress we cannot do that. So if you're listening, if you're watching, do not do that. Okay, please do not make a bunch of generalizations. Okay, so here's the video. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and play it. And I want y'all to take a watch and a listen. Okay.
What do you guys think about kids being at this event?
Kids? They're not my kids. I don't give a shit. They're not my kids. I don't give a shit. Why would I give a shit about somebody else's kids? That's not my job. Thank you very much. As a school teacher, I approve this message.
Wow.
That's not my job. Thank you very much. As a school teacher, I approve this message.
Wow.
That's not my job. Thank you very much. As a school teacher, I approve this message.
Wow.
Okay, so right off the bat, you all hear the as a school teacher part, right? Okay, so here it is. So the lady here in the background, you see that she says she doesn't care about kids. She used some explicatives, etc., etc. And then she says, as a school teacher. Now, I would like to say this. Do we know that this woman is a school teacher for sure? How do we know? You know, is she a substitute teacher or is she a full-time teacher? If she even is, in fact, a teacher. You know, there's a lot that we don't know here. Okay. And that, you know, we can assume, but we have no idea and we don't know. All right. We just have no idea. But based upon what she says, we're going to assume that she is a teacher. Okay. This is an example of a teacher that once the school district puts 2 and 2 together and figure out who she is, most likely either does not have a job at this time as a result of what she said here in this video, perhaps some other incriminating information, or this is a ticking time bomb, meaning this is waiting to happen. Her job is literally going to be gone. So I'll continue to play what he said.
So as a school teacher, she approves this message. These are who are raising your kids when you take them to public schools. You're pretty much allowing your child to be given over to Satan, okay? What are they learning in these public schools today, in elementary school? LGBT, doing drugs, having sex at a young age. Get your children out of public schools immediately, or else these type of people are going to be raising and teaching and training your children. Pride event.
Okay, so, you know, I just kind of wanted to put that up there and kind of show you all what was going on with this. Now, again, what he said was he made a blanket generalization. He was like, if you have your kids in public school system, you got to get them out of the public school system because this is all they're going to learn. This is all they're going to be exposed to. But you know what? That's not always the case because I need to break something down. You don't know what goes on in these private schools, okay? People will say, well, hey, I'm paying for private school education. My child is being censored and sheltered from these things. But little do you know that a lot of these same issues take place in the private school sector. Also, he's making an assumption with this particular lady here in the background if she is a school teacher. So we don't know if she is a school teacher. She says she is, but if she is in fact a school teacher, how do you know that she's a school teacher in the public sector? Okay, you don't know that. She could be a school teacher in the private sector. We don't know that. Again, we don't know this lady. Unless someone has some information, feel free. If for somehow, some way, whoever's watching and listening to this video, you do know, feel free to post information here in the comment section or come on this live chat while we're here, you know, on the show. But the point is, as it generally stands, we don't know whether this woman is 1A, a legit teacher. Is she 2, a full-time teacher or a substitute teacher? And then 3, is she a teacher in the public school sector or private school sector? So for, you know, Mark the Messenger here to just automatically assume that this woman is a public school teacher and not even think that she could be a private sector, because there's bad teachers across the board. Okay, that's just facts. Just like anything, you've got bad content creators, you got bad pastors, you got bad CEOs, bad managers, bad employees. It doesn't matter the sector. You got bad entrepreneurs. There's bad across the board. So, you know, let's just get that out for the record. But he's assuming, again, that this is a public school teacher to push a particular narrative. And so, again, this is why you can't generalize, because you're saying some things that aren't true. Again, essentially what he's saying that my wife is a bad teacher, knowing that she's not. And I'm not just saying that because she's my wife, but she's been teacher of the year and recommended for so much stuff. And, you know, the list goes on and on and on. You know, again, a lot of the good teachers do want to quit. And that's another conversation for reasons like this, because they get labeled as a bad teacher when they're a good teacher. Now, also, here's another thing. You know, he says you want to homeschool and private school, you know, your kids. Let's listen to what he had to say here.
Be given over to Satan, okay? public schools, you're pretty much allowing this message. These are who are raising your kids when you take them to public schools. You're pretty much allowing your child to be given over to Satan, okay? What are they learning in these public schools today, in elementary school? LGBT, doing drugs, having sex at a young age. Get your children out of public schools immediately, or else these type of people are going to be raising and teaching and training your children.
Okay, so, once again,
pride event.
I'll just kind of leave the lady up in question. Again, because this is the teacher in question. But once again, he's saying that this takes place only in public schools, okay? This takes place in private schools. I also want to go further and say that there's a lot of parents that have no business homeschooling their kids as well. Because you got a lot of parents that are wicked, that are teaching their kids a bunch of wicked and evil things and things that you just do not want a child to learn. These are assumptions. So this can't just be a generalization. There are many kids that don't get anything at home, and when they come to school, that's the only time they eat. That's the only time they're shown love. They're shown positive attention, affirmation. They actually learn something. And then as soon as they go back home, it's not a good scenario. So we can't just generally make statements like this, but you find people that do stuff like this all the time. Now, again, if I were to call Mark the Messenger out, the only thing I would say is, bruh, you can't generalize this statement and just say that this is the case for all public school teachers, because I personally and professionally know many that don't act like this lady. And as a matter of fact, this lady is a ticking time bomb in terms of being completely out of the education system. All right. This just shows the flaws in the education system, the flaws and the concerns of parents, okay, who want to be involved where they don't want the teacher to be able to do anything, but yet they're not actually actively involved in their child's life. Okay. And this is what this goes back into ultimately. You want to be involved in your child or your children's lives, whether you're homeschooling them, whether they're in public school, whether they're in private school. If you're not involved in their lives, okay, then, where are they going to get? If you homeschool your child and all you do is teach them the curriculum that they need to graduate, but yet you're not actively involved in their life or their lives, then guess what? Someone else outside is going to be teaching them this foolishness, because the same thing applies across the board. So I'm just saying that this applies to education in this sense, but across the board, we don't want to make these generalizations, and we don't want to make it worse for the good teachers that are out there in the classroom. So shout out to all the good teachers out there, my wife included. All right. Just want to say a shout out to you all. If you're a good teacher, you see what I'm saying, and you come across this video, my hat's off to you. Shout out to you. We need you. Try to hold in to the whole public or private or whatever sector you're going to go into. You are valued. You're appreciated. We really do need your contribution, your support. Trust and believe I get it and I understand. And, I just kind of want to set the record straight for you all, because you all are often misunderstood. You're underpaid. You're undervalued. It's the reason why y'all quitting. The list goes on and on and on. And then y'all get labeled as just automatically being bad because you're a teacher in the public school system, knowing that you perhaps may stand against all of these things that, this gentleman here, Mark the Messenger, was saying that our kids are being taught, but yet you don't teach these things to the children that are in your classroom. So it is what it is. I didn't want to make this one too long. I just want to come back in, check in with y'all. I want y'all to, keep this in mind. Just keep this in mind. And I want y'all to check something out. I'm going to put something on the screen. I want y'all to check out this link. Okay. I'll also even try to put it in the chat. Okay. I want y'all to check out something. If y'all want to get paid, if y'all want to understand how to use artificial intelligence, okay, it can make your job a whole lot easier. I want y'all to check out the link here. It's on the screen and I have the link in the chat. It's also in the description box. Feel free to click on that. It's going to change your life. This is a life-changing link. So it is what it is. Just click on it It'll explain everything. No point in me doing that here other than telling y'all to click on the link. All right. Let me real quick follow up here with Marilyn Edwards here says, so she don't care about the disabled children and all of our children. I mean, this particular woman here, again, Marilyn Edwards, if she is in fact an actual teacher, if she is, then she needs to be removed from that position. And I'm pretty sure if anyone can identify her, that is essentially what either has happened or what will happen. I don't know when this video came out. It almost reminds me of looking like someone that's about to attend carnival or who has attended carnival that just, took place. So I don't know if she's a Brazilian teacher, an American teacher. I don't know if she came in from another country. I don't know, any of that. I just know that this is the video here and it's just saying it's a teacher. But all in all, it's crazy. So teachers like this do not have any business teaching, period. That's just facts. Public, private, or homeschooled. So I just want to say a little something about that. I will be getting back. I've got more shows. I've got more live streams. But again, shout out to all the teachers who, just literally jump into the fire every single day. And you're making such a big difference for all of us, the good ones, and y'all get labeled as the bad ones. There are bad teachers out there. I'm not blind. I'm not oblivious. We all know that. But however, to make a generalization like this is extremely dangerous because, people get this perception about things and then they'll think that all teachers are bad. And this is why you have so many parents raging out on all teachers, believing their kids and especially the older kids, even in high school, and the list goes on because of these generalizations. They're like, whatever, these teachers, because they see one bad teacher. So, the best thing we can do is to say something, whether you have children in the public sector or not. Be that parent, be that community leader who will say something and not allow that type of, education, to that situation with these type of teachers to stand in the education system. I mean, we just can't tolerate that. That's no different than you talking about an employee on a job that is unruly and, they're violating ethics. Like this woman here is violating ethics and morals and all types of rules and regulations and stuff. So I really don't know if she is currently a teacher and still is. If you know anything about this situation and this woman, feel free to let me know in the chat. But yeah, it is what it is. And I just wanted to cover this. Not necessarily the most exciting topic for my non-educators out there, but it is what it is. So again, check out this link. Make sure y'all click and check this out. Again, it's going to change your life. You're going to learn how to use AI and make money and not have to lift a finger. Who wants to make money and not lift a finger? I'm just saying. So on that note, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. I will be back with more content. I've got a lot of topics to discuss and a lot of things to go live about. So I just want to put this out. It is what it is. On that note, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and let me know what y'all think. On that note, I'm getting out of here. Until the next stream, y'all know what I do and y'all know how to do it. Until then, I'll send you all away with love, with blessings, and